This bone is the zygomatic bone or malar bone. This one is the zygomatic bone or malar bone. It is a paired bone that is present on the lateral aspect of the face. Okay, so this is the zygomatic bone. The zygomatic bone, it presents. This is the fascial surface. It is convex. Okay, on the fascial surface there is a crust. This is the that is this is the fascial crust of the maxilla. That here it continues, it goes backwards and form a curve. That is the fascial crust on the fascial surface of the zygomatic bone. ठीक है, so ये fascial crust है यहाँ पे, it's continued here from the maxilla. ठीक है, so this is the fascial surface. Again, it has got, this is the orbital surface that is concave. ठीक है, this is orbital surface that is concave, and the another that is the medial surface. ठीक है, on this side, that is the medial surface that is concave. ठीक है, so this is facial surface, orbital surface, and the medial surface. There are, this is the proximal end, this one, and this is the distal end. The distal end, it is pointed, it is formed by the anterior and the posterior border. ठीक है, so this is the anterior, this posterior border. So this is the distal extremity, and this one, it is the proximal extremity. It divides into two processes. This one, this is the frontal process, and this is the temporal process. The frontal process, it joins with the zygomatic process of the frontal bone or supraorbital process and completes the orbit. ठीक है, while as this is the temporal process, it joins with the zygomatic process of the temporal bone, and here they form an arc that is known as zygomatic arc. ठीक है, so on the proximal end there are two processes present. One is the frontal process and another is the temporal process. ठीक है, while as the distal end, it is pointed, it is formed by the anterior and the posterior border. So this was all about the zygomatic bone or malar bone of the skull of the ox.